What's up, everyone? Good morning to you. If you are tuning in live, my name is Gail Dudley. I am the host of News in Motion, and we have somewhat heavy news, but light news. I know it's a contradiction when I say it right there. And then we have some fun things as well on this morning. I just want you to just hang out with me. And let me just start by saying thank you for allowing me to be a part of your morning or your afternoon or your evening. I am so glad that you are here. So come on in the room. Let me know who's in here. Come on in the room. When you come in here, say, hey, what's up? Good morning or something. Come on in the room, people. I get so excited when I see your names pop up and the conversations going. Hey, Cherie, I'm glad I've checked every email. I don't see anything from you. So whoever sent that, if they can resend it or if you're calling me or whatever, let me know how you're trying to reach me, and I will respond. Good morning, Patricia Lyles. Good morning, Riakis. Good morning, Tracy. What's up, girlfriend? So good to see your name pop up in here this morning. Good morning to you, sister. Good morning. So come on in the room, people. Come on in the room. If you're listening to audio and you want to get into the conversation once you get stationary, just go to the Facebook page, which is News in Motion, or to my YouTube. Now, I will tell you, the majority of the chat is on the News in Motion Facebook page, where you can comment or get the information that you're looking for or whatever. We're just glad you're hanging out with us on all the national platforms. If you're tuning in live, good morning. If you are tuning in later on, again, just thank you for hanging out, saying, let me see what that crazy girl is talking about. Y'all are rolling up in here this morning. I see you, Jeffrey Allen James. Y'all, Jeffrey Allen James posted in Patreon. He made a Patreon post letting people know that he has found, and this is in Central Ohio, some COVID test kits. Remind me, Jeffrey, I think it was on Sawmill. Am I right? Is it Sawmill? Put that in there. So if you are in Central Ohio looking for test kits, he has located some. Again, this is how we work together, regardless of where you live. If you know where you can find some, post them in there, because people who may not chat, y'all, there are people who tune in who may not be a part of the chat, but they're looking to get those resources. So thank you. Louis Pryor, my brother's on here. Hi, Diane Ladybug, Dr. Antoinette, Kenny Stanley, good morning. Danielle, good morning. Deborah, good morning. What's up? Diane Ladybug said that the libraries are still giving them out, and we understand the libraries all over the U.S. are giving them out. So thank you for that information as well. Good morning, Marion Jackson. I heard that a couple of you got kicked off yesterday, and all I can say is this. You want to check out the replay because I gave a lot of information. Jeffrey said Walmart at Canal Winchester and Georgesville Road. Thank you, Jeffrey, for that. Some of you got kicked out. I checked with several other people who said they were in from the beginning to the end. So I'm not sure what happened. What's up, Kelly Lee? I'm so glad to see your name pop up here again. Y'all, let me tell you this. I'm pumped this morning. Y'all know I'm pumped. Let me tell you this. We almost didn't have News in Motion this morning because our electricity was out for about 7 hours. We don't know why. It seems like it was area-wide. Davey, I know you're not far, so I don't know if you had yours on or not. Dana, same with you. Pam, same with you. I know different people who live in this radius. So we do not have our guests this morning because they're on the West Coast. And I thought that it was not fair to wait till the last minute to let them know if I'm waking them up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. But we're going to bring our guest on next week. So we're still going to have our guests. But I don't know what happened with that. And if we happen to go in and out, it could be because AEP is still working on it. So do me a favor, continue to chat with me so I know that you are still in connection with me throughout today's segment. Y'all, it is Thursday, January 13th, 2022, and it's time for Headline News. I am your host, Gail Dudley, and this is News in Motion. Good morning, Yvonne. Y'all, whether you're watching live or replay, I just want to say hello to you. And thank you for allowing me to spend a little bit of time with you. We have a lot going on. Before I go to the intro, Y'all, here's an announcement so that y'all not worried about me or wondering what's going on or anything like that. Y'all, the News in Motion will not be live on Monday. We won't even have a recording. I may pop up while I'm out doing my community service. I'm not sure. But y'all, on MLK Day, that is January the 17th, that is Monday, please find yourself a place of service, and we're going to give you a list of opportunities at the towards the end of this broadcast. But we will not be on the air on Monday, MLK Day. The team and I decided that we don't want to just talk about it, we want to be about it. And there's a lot of activities that are going on very early that morning, and I'm participating in a couple of them. Another announcement before we go to the intro, I am so excited. On yesterday, myself and Molly Huggins and Gina Winks of Jinx Media, we came together. I told you about this on Monday, that we have formed a partnership called Power in Partnership, and that podcast will launch us into our opening on MLK Day, where we'll be launching people to podcasts and blogs. We are so excited. We already have a list of people. Many of you were either texting me or DMing me after the segment on Monday saying that, hey, I'm ready. So we have you on the list. You will be the first people that we launch, and we're so excited about it. Y'all, I can't wait. But if you hear the podcast tomorrow, it will give you all the details. It will give you all the details. Good morning, Kim Edmondson. It will give you all the details. I am so excited about this partnership. We're going to talk about more of that in a little bit, but let's get started. Yeah, so that's another reason why I am excited. Good morning, Latrice Jones to you. All right, y'all. Good news. Everybody say good news. I don't care if you're driving. I don't care if you are sitting on your sofa. I don't care where you are. What's up, Lori Wallace and Tracy Burns? I want everybody to say good news. Say it with me. Good news. Y'all, early signs have indicated that Omicron is slowing down. Hello, somebody. That's the World Health Organization, believes it has hit its peak. Hello, somebody. Y'all, the huge surge in cases that lasts for about a month followed a rapid decline would be inconsistent with the experience in some places where Omicron has arrived earlier than in the U.S. So the U.S. got a little bit longer, but not much. Hold on, I'm going to tell you when. In South Africa, the daily cases have fallen about 70% from mid-December peak. The UK is also beginning to see Omicron flatten. Somebody say good news. Y'all, the current Omicron wave is projected to peak. Write this down in your calendar by January 19th. That's next week, y'all. In the US, according to an influential model from the University of Washington. The cases are expected to plummet. Yay! Let's get excited about that. But y'all, we still have to do our part. We still have to wear our masks. We still have to social distance. We still have to wash our hands. Now, listen, some people are saying they just want to get caught with Omicron. Why? Why? There's 5 reasons why you don't want to do that, depending upon your health, depending upon any type of disease that you may already have, depending upon people in your household. So don't be so quick to get out there. People are thinking, since it's mild, people are thinking it's mild, but we know some people. We know Mike Nicholson, who's not doing very well with Omicron, but we know he's going to recover completely and be healed 100%. Yes, I'm speaking it. So we don't want to just jump out there and do that. But there are people who are thinking, since this is a little mild, let's just go ahead and do herd immunity. I'm not in that game. I'm not in that. No, I'm not in that. So that's what's happening. Yes, Kim Edmondson, next week. Yes. Hopefully another variant will not show its face and we can recover from this and go back to some sort of hanging out continuously, not worried about, let me see your card. Nothing like that. Marion says, don't want it. Praying for those who have it. I'm with you, Marion. Y'all listen. Now, speaking of Omicron, now I'm going to try to get through this without laughing. Now, it's not funny. It's not funny for the child, but I'm like, people do this. My laughter would be from, I'm just confused as to why anybody would do something like this. All right, listen to this, y'all. CNN is reporting, maybe you've already heard about this. A Texas mother has been charged with endangering a child after she allegedly placed her 13-year-old son who had tested positive of COVID-19 into the trunk of her car. Yeah, y'all heard that right. To avoid being exposed to the virus. Now, this is according to a warrant from the Harris County District Attorney's Office. Yeah. According to the warrant, the director of health services stated she was gathering information from cars in line for a COVID testing when she found a female driver, later identified, I'm going to call her out, Sarah Bean. Sarah, you should know better. You should know better. Having her child in the trunk of the car. The health director told police that the defendant confirmed that her son, who was 13, was in the trunk of her car due to the child having been tested positive for COVID. So she even admitted it. Well, I gotta give her some sort of credit for saying, yeah, I did it. Yeah, he in here. Look, you want to see? I'm like, who does that? Are we that far? Listen, lady, care for your child. Good morning, Judy. Care for your child. Care for your child. Don't put him in the trunk of the car. Come on. I don't get it. I don't get Yellatrice. I can't. Yeah, the things that we do, I don't get it. Talking about illnesses and disease and things like that. First of all, I am just shocked that people look at some of the things that we look at when I'm on the air. But it's okay. We're going to talk about it. So someone said, okay, I noticed that your forehead is a little bit darker lately. Are you okay, or do you have an illness? Somebody sent in an email to ask this question. And see, since I don't shy from things like that, I believe I told all of you that I have a skin condition. And when I was in Panama, where I thought I had put on enough sunscreen, I think I shared this with y'all back when I first came back, put on the sunscreen. It wasn't enough. And although I had my glasses on and we had to wear masks everywhere in Panama, my forehead was exposed and it burned. It burned. And with the skin condition that I have, it is, and no, I'm not explaining to the person. I'm just sharing with y'all something. So hold on, let me get to the end of it. So it was burnt. And my husband knows the first when we were doing some FaceTiming. And my daughter was like, Mom, didn't you put? I said, yeah, I did, but I don't know what happened. And it was hot. It was beautiful. It was gorgeous out there. And so it burned. And so it has now, and I've been to my doctor, just chill. And it has now caused, it is fighting against the condition that I have. So yes, you notice, and the person said that they really did care, and I believe them. But that's what I'm dealing with, and that's just a part of my life. It's called lymphomatoid papulosis. I don't know how to spell it. Y'all can look it up yourself. And I don't know how to spell it. My sister's on here. She may know how to spell it because she's looked it up for me several times. But that's what's happening. Along with that, I'm amazed at what people see. But it's okay because we're going to talk about it. We're actually going to do a segment on this in February. So many women, Black women, are finding that their hair is thinning, and mine is, which I think I told y'all that about last year. Well, come to find out, the same condition is thinning my hair, and it's taking it out. I mean, like if you even touch it wrong, it'll come straight out from the root. And so I'm dealing with that and working through what is this going to look like. And let me be completely honest with you. I have struggled with that part. Yes, I have. But I have a wonderful, loving husband, wonderful, loving family and friends who have said, come on, we're going to surround you. We can get through this. Come on, girl. There's all kinds of things you can do today. So I'm just really being prayerful about what's next. When y'all see the hair, sometimes curly, sometimes straight. Again, I'm trying to touch it less. But y'all, these are different diseases. So let me go back to Omicron. This is the connection with that. I don't want to go out here and just say, hey, Omicron, come get me, because of pre-existing conditions. So where that may work with some people, other people to just say, hey, come get me, it won't work. So that's why last week I was really looking for another test. I had the test with the federal government, but because I came back into the country, and you have to be tested with some health affidavits 3 to 5 days once you return back into the States. So I was looking because I was very concerned that I needed to jump on something ahead of time because of the condition. Cherie is going back to the woman saying, take a back seat. Yep, she could have put the child in the back seat. Lori said, wow, he could have suffocated. Yes. Kim Evans says, why would they ask you that, Kim? People, hey, it is what it is. But I signed up for this, so that's okay. Latrice Jones, Gail is so professional, compassionate. Latrice would have entertained that inbox message differently. You a mess. I love you, though. My sister says, it's too long to spell. She's doing good to pronounce it. I really am. It took me a long time to pronounce the disease. I have several cousins with alopecia. And we thought that's what it was, Dr. Antoinette, but it's the medicine that I take with the condition that's causing it. Sis, you and me, but y'all are messing up. Girl, hi, Donita, and sending prayers and condolences your way with a family member just passing. So y'all, that's that. So people have pre-existing conditions. So even if you've been exposed, make sure you are following with your contacts, letting people know that you've been around so that people can prepare for that. All right, y'all. Y'all heard me talk about yesterday. Y'all, I got great reviews from everything I shared on yesterday dealing with the voting rights. Thank you so much for supporting me. To the 42 schools, thank you. High schools, thank you. Many of them wrote in. And to the dad who was watching the news and the daughter told him to turn it off because Miss Gail's going to give it to you. The dad inboxed me and said, wow, I took notes and rewatched it 3 times. Thank you so much. Y'all, this is what I love. This is what I love to do. And again, we're about action this year. All right, y'all. So messaging people, messaging. Y'all, due to all of the confusion, and I read to you both of the bills. One is the Freedom to Vote Act, and the other is the John Lewis Voting Rights Amendment Act. Now, due to all the confusion, Speaker Pelosi made an announcement. The House plans to take up and advance a consolidated election and voting bill today in order to allow the Senate to give it urgent consideration. Speaker Pelosi announced this last night. Now, she says, and I quote, under the steady leadership of Chairman Jim McGovern, the House Rules Committee will meet tonight to prepare legislation for the floor that combines key provisions of the 2 critical bills. Now, Pelosi wrote, and this is the heading of her letter, dear colleagues. That's how she said, dear colleagues, this is what we're about to do. Now, she says, after the meeting concludes, the House will convene again to pass the rule for legislation. The House will pass the Freedom to Vote John R. Lewis Act. That's what they're trying to call it. They're trying to combine it. They have to vote on that today. Freedom to Vote John R. Lewis Act and send it to the Senate for consideration. Now, again, message people, message. They already mad at what President Biden said the other day. Now, Nancy, I love you, and I see what you're doing here because there's so much confusion. They're trying to combine the 2 bills. Now, they're not about to do that. They're not going to do that. So we have to work on the messaging. Now, it's going to pass the House. I ain't worried about that part. But the Senate, I don't know, Nancy. Now, I'm going to pray and put it up there. I don't know, but we'll see what's going to happen there. All right, y'all, let's talk money for a moment. New York Times and CNBC reporting. Good morning, Joy Bruton. Good morning, girl. She says, Gail, great news as always. Thank you for covering so much in this time, especially freedom to vote. Make it plain. Thank you, girl. Thank you. And Joy, if you did not see yesterday's broadcast, I gave a complete explanation for almost 20 minutes yesterday. So y'all, let's talk money. New York Times and CNBC are reporting housing costs jumped last month as higher prices continue to constrain aspiring home buyers and push up the demand for apartment and home leases. So now they're at a place where people are like, I can't even afford this anymore. This is all around money and inflation. Y'all, rent costs rose 0.4% in December, according to government data released on yesterday evening, helping to drive the consumer price index up 7% in the year through December. Now, persistent challenges in getting food from factories to consumers continue to drive up prices of cars. I don't get the connection, but that's what's happening, y'all. Computer chips, furniture, and other products pushing consumer prices in December to the fastest rate since 1982. Good morning, Karen. The price of used cars and trucks surged 37.3%. Yeah, used cars. Yeah, used, not new, used. In the year of December, while food grew 6.3% and apparel rose 5.8%. Increases in the cost of energy and rent also drove prices up. What's up, Hester? Y'all, here's the breakdown with AP reporting. Consumer prices again soared at 7%. The largest since 1982. Labor Department is looking more into this. Y'all, the biggest culprits, I'm calling it that, shelter costs, that's rent. Used car prices, shelter 0.4%. Previous month, which is also when you average it out, is 4.1% of the year. And that's the fastest growing since February of 2007. Y'all, vehicles used again, that's 37%. New cars aren't really moving. They don't really have the chips to put them out there on the lots anyway. And then y'all, gas prices have nearly doubled to 50% since last December 2020. So that is what's happening. Now, here's the other side of this. We already have homeless and we already have food insecure. We already have people who cannot afford their rent. Now rent has increased. How's that going to help them? We already have people who cannot afford food. Now food prices has increased. We have work to do. And this is another opportunity to contact our legislators, our lawmakers, to say, we have to fix this. We have to stop playing around. We have to fix this. We need to stop playing to Joe Manchin and Krista Sinema or to Mitch McConnell and Kevin McCarthy. We have to have a concern and a care for the country, all people, all demographics. That's where we are, y'all. That's where we are. Deborah said, I'm gonna need those car prices to go down. Me too, for real. Now, y'all, I don't know. He just got sworn in, but Mayor Eric Adams, I think he thought momentarily that his last name started with a T. No, your last name is Adams. That's your name. Now, he had HAD, past tense, had appointed his brother to the highest police position. And people said, that's nepotism. I think he thought his last name started with T and he could get away with it. No, Mayor Adams, you can't do that. So the people pushed back and said, foul, no, you ain't about to do that. And it was the highest position as police commissioner. So he said, okay, I'm going to just demote him a little bit. So yesterday he demoted him down to the executive director of mayoral security, where he still earns $210,000 per year. And people are like, no, that's not, but you cannot hire your brother. His name is Bernard Adams. They're like, no, Mayor Adams, your last name don't start with T. You can't do that. You can't do that. All right, y'all. A New York judge said to Prince Andrew, this is America. You can't tell me to drop your case, buddy. You came to America to do what you did. Now you want us to just drop your case? The judge said, no, that ain't happening. Now, that's not what the judge said, but the judge did reject Prince Andrew's application to dismiss the lawsuit on yesterday. Now, Prince Andrew faces being deposed with a full civil trial, likely later this year, or he may choose. Now, get this, and he can do it because he's the queen's son. He's the prince. He may choose to go to his legal counterparts there in the UK and say, I ain't doing that. get rid of that. And there's nothing that the U.S. can do about that. So there it is. There it is. No, that's right, Kim. Emerson, you can't do that. You can't do that. So that's happening. Now, y'all, we got to stop sitting on our ideas. We have to stop. Y'all, TechCrunch is reporting that the payment company Checkout.com has closed a 1 billion, y'all, that's with a B, Series D as in David, funding round. The company is now valued at 40 billion with a B dollars. 40 billion. Yeah, that's right, David. He was hanging out with that Epstein crew. You know, pause. Let me go back to that because Dave, you hit on something. When I was reading about this judge and how the judge kept asking questions, he said, well, it happened in the US, right? It happened in America, right? It happened on the island, right? He just kept going on and on and on, talking about it was in Florida, right? He just kept asking all these people. He said, no, he came here. Y'all, seriously, if y'all ever just like want a day of watching C-SPAN or any other live news broadcast, it's amazing. Judge Judy has nothing on them. No. And the judge is like scratching his head like, no, we're not dismissing this. So he rejected it. I just watched it and I really started laughing because the judge was like, no, I don't care who you are. He didn't say that. This is my interpretation. But his look was like, I don't care who you are. This is what we're about to do. And I was like, well, there's that. So yeah, you're right, David. That's what he was doing. All right, y'all, back to TechCrunch. $40 billion. Listen, so many of you have ideas to do some great things. Why aren't you doing them? Stop sitting on it, y'all. Now, listen, with that $40 billion, that's an increase compared to last year's evaluation with its Series C round. They keep going through different rounds. The company has since raised, on top of that $40 billion, another $450 million, y'all, which adds an additional $15 billion with a B valuation. Y'all, that represents 167% valuation jump in 12 months. Y'all, come on. And y'all, we have to stop playing small with our gifts and our talents. Let me tell you what happened yesterday, and it's all on my IG page because I was like, get it. It's so interesting. You know, the team had been just before the team shifted. The new team didn't start till this week. So the team had been pushing what we can do and to be consistent and to have the vision and to make it plain and to write it down. Well, Daniel Gibson, our new PR person, contacted me and he said, hey, have you seen these numbers? And I was like, no, what? Y'all, I told y'all about the tens of thousands. We're at 29,000. We're now about 31,000 on the audio platform. On this one right here, y'all, we are at 39,000. Y'all, that's a praise party. So even when you're seeing the live, again, y'all need to understand this. Those of you who want to do this, you don't necessarily have to click on to view it. It's the clicking on which we really want you to do. It's the clicking on to view it. But if not, those numbers, as long as you are playing this and listening or commenting or sharing, the numbers go up. So let's go back. I don't care what y'all think. I'm going to say it anyway. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, it's amazing. Davia, I want you all to download and subscribe to her podcast. The same thing. So her numbers can go up. Listen, y'all, it's not about us becoming influencers. That's not what we're after. That's too small. Let me just be honest with y'all. That's too small. It is getting our stories out there. And the stories and the people that she's grabbing, don't worry, y'all. I'm coming to the others of y'all later on throughout the year. With her stories is getting those stories told to help somebody else. Everyone who's been on her podcast has a story that I have no doubt is freeing somebody else. That it is what it is. It is what it is. She has a genius mind to have been able to do what she has done in a short period of time. But it is changing lives. Now, I'm not hating on anybody. I love me some Joyce Meyer. That's great. I followed her. I've given to her. I've subscribed to her. I've purchased her books, all of that. Move over, Joyce Meyer, because we have Davia Williams Stevenson. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We need to stop listening to the old voices. And I don't mean old in age, but start listening to the new voices, because the new voices are setting people free. All right, move over, ESPN. We have a Kenny Stanley. He may not deliver like some of the celebrities on ESPN, but he has a genuine, authentic delivery style that is speaking the truth to power when it comes to sports. Y'all better look for Kenny Stanley. I'm serious about this. I'm serious. I'm serious. Do not despise small beginnings. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, y'all. Listen, TechCrunch. Whatever that ideal is, it is time for you to launch it. It is, and I'm passionate about this, and I will be your biggest cheerleader. It is time for you to launch it. Let's look at Lori Williams Wallace. Are you on here, girl? Lori has not only interior designing, she's also a screenplay writer. Hello, somebody. She also does other designs with clothing. She has three entities, all under one umbrella, but three entities. Y'all better stop playing around. Y'all better look at Lori's stuff. I ain't playing with y'all. Her screenplays. Move over, Tyler Perry. Yeah, really. Move over, because we have a Lori Williams Wallace who's on the scene. But see, y'all, here's where we as a community need to do our part. We need to continue to support so that their algorithm, their name, and what's going on comes out there. Go back to Andre Davis, who we had here on the show. Yep, he's getting ready to go to Netflix. He's signing that deal. We need to support that man. He was here on News in Motion. Y'all, News in Motion is going to become the launching place. Yep, I'm speaking that into existence as well. It's going to become the launching place. And that's why I'm so excited. The Power and Partnership launches on Monday with myself, Gina Wing. She's our audio engineer. Y'all, we had her on News in Motion. And Molly Huggins. Molly Huggins does my website and all of my podcast graphics. We launched that. We did that. Podcast will go live tomorrow, and we will officially launch on MLK Day. We're not playing. We're not playing. I'm no longer talking about it. I'm putting it out there for all of you who want it can grab it. And when I tell you there's a power in partnership, the two women that I connected with. Now, again, I'll share with you. I said to them, I will do this under one understanding, that we will not forget those with a different kind of budget. Now, we got the high ticket price, but we got the low budget as well. Okay, we have that. Now, we will vet you to make sure you match the low budget before we give you that pricing. But we're doing this. Now, here's the thing. The two women I just connected with, powerful. One from Texas and one right here in Ohio. Powerful. Their connections are amazing. Y'all, that's where we're going to do and how we're going to get forward. Kenny saying he is excited. You should be excited, because great things are about to happen for you. So y'all, stop sitting on this. I didn't realize what time it was, so let me keep going. Y'all, MLK Day of Action and Service. Y'all, I'm going to give these to you real quick. All of us on News in Motion, I want you to do me a favor this weekend. Again, remember, we will not have a live broadcast or recorded broadcast on MLK Day, because we're all out doing service. And many of us are doing early morning service. I may go live somewhere, maybe, I'm not promising you, on Monday. So we're not going to be here. We'll be back on Tuesday, the 18th. Don't forget, Tuesday, the 18th is that 1 hour prayer webinar. If you want to join, it's free. You can go to https://prayerinmotion2022.eventbrite.com to register. There's still space to register. But what we want you all to do is to register to vote if you have not already done so. And we also, if you have registered to vote, assist someone with their registration. Now, at the same time, on Monday or sometime this weekend, check your voting registration, because they playing around with some votes. Okay. Now, here are some websites. Again, you can always replay this to grab it. Marion, I know you're on here, so if you grab these, I would greatly appreciate it, or anyone else. The first one, whenweallvote.org. Whenweallvote.org. Another one, vote.gov. Vote.gov. The third one, iwillvote.com. All of these will help you register or check your voting registration. iwillvote.com. The next one, vote.org. Another one, rockthevote.org. And then let's register now to become poll workers so that locations will remain open. There are people hoping that there's not enough poll workers in certain areas so that those areas can close, because they know that they will have a difficulty transporting people across town to other voting places. So y'all, yep, we're talking early, y'all. This is the primary. We got to treat the primary just like we treated the general election. So you want to go to eac.gov to become a poll worker. eac.gov. I'll read those to you again. Whenweallvote.org, vote.gov, iwillvote.com, vote.org, rockthevote.org, eac.gov. Now, we also have the Party of Lincoln app, which I've shared that with you all last year. Download that to your phone. You can also go to, and this is the creator of the Party of Lincoln app, KarenHunterShow.com. KarenHunterShow.com. Now, under Karen Hunter, under the Party of Lincoln app, you have the Karen Hunter Voting Rights Petition, where you can sign a petition this weekend. That can be a part of the MLK. Check the voting guide, the election map, how the gerrymandering is taking place. You can register to vote. You can change party affiliations on her app. You can research your local politics. You can run for office on her app. You can contact members of Congress from her app, contact local election offices, track Congress legislation. All of this is under her app. Her app is phenomenal. Automate your political activism. You can check facts. You can check polls. You can check your voter ID laws. You can check your state redistricting guidelines. You can check the Constitution. You can take the civics practice test on her site. You can even sign up to become a poll worker on her site. Then there's that information there for the Freedom to Vote Act. Again, they're merging those two. That's what Pelosi is putting on the floor today, because there's so much confusion. Even with them doing that, my caution to them is, y'all, the messaging has to be clear that you have now voted to merge those two, the Freedom to Vote Act, and then the John Lewis, I always mess this one up, the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act. They're merging those. They're putting that vote on the floor today. Messaging Speaker Pelosi. That's all I say is messaging. The other thing that you can do on MLK weekend is to check the Brennan Center for Justice. Y'all, you can go to www.brennancenter.com. And that's BRENNAN Center, not .com, .org. TheBrennanCenter.org. You're welcome, Joy. You're welcome, sister. I love you, girl. Again, check out the Brennan Center for Justice. That's TheBrennanCenter.org. Y'all, that's what News in Motion. We're about noteworthy information, bringing you facts, information, and giving you the websites to read it for yourself. Don't just listen to me and other talking heads. Go check it out yourself. Real quick, y'all, let me give y'all this list. Make and deliver kits for the homeless, basic necessities, hand sanitizer, masks, travel size items from the dollar store, blankets, hats, gloves. Again, don't mess with them. Just put it in their location if you're doing that. Register to be a school crossing guard. Schools are asking all over the U.S. Older people are no longer coming out. That's who was out there being school guards. Now they are missing that. So if you want to register to become a school crossing guard, do that this weekend. Send care package to deployed troops, veterans, and wounded soldiers. Write a letter of gratitude for their service. If you want to participate, here's another website. Again, you can always come back here to see what I'm sharing. You can go to www.operationgratitude.com to see how you can send packages. And that's operationgratitude.com. Here's another great service thing. Collect unused makeup. I know under my counter, I have stuff I've never opened. Different products that people send now that we're on the air that I can now take to these places. Perfume and other cosmetics for the Center of Abuse for Women or Human Trafficking Center, so that they can have the necessary makeup to feel good, to smell good, to do whatever, to go on job interviews and so forth. Yes, we still wear masks, but who knows? People still may want to wear that makeup to go out. Fight childhood disease. Check with your local health department to see how you can assist. Number 8, be a good neighbor. Check on those around you. Number 9, adopt a park. Grab some trash bags and pick up trash in the park. Number 10, volunteer at an animal shelter. Volunteer at an animal shelter. Davia, yeah, that's right. Feminine products and wigs as well. Y'all, I told y'all, my hair is thinning. It's falling out. There's nothing they can do because of the condition. I have wept. Trust me. I was like, oh my God. Because my hair, people think different things. My hair was something I just really loved and adored. And I prayed, asking God, please thicken it back up. Please bring it back in. He hasn't answered that prayer. Not saying that he's not going to, but I'm now trying to figure out what's next. And so I have no problem sharing with y'all. Pray with me as I figure out what I'm going to do next with my hair. Deborah's saying homeless women really need feminine products. So so we have that out there. Where am I at? Animal shelter. Number 11, donate linens to an animal shelter. Donate old bath towels, blankets, and sheets to your local animal shelter. These household items are used for bedding, cleanup, and keeping the animals warm. Y'all, I'm almost done, I promise you. Virtual reading, childcare centers, and nursing homes, etc. Number 13, donate books or do a book drive to prisons, jails, and shelters. Number 14, collect eyeglasses and donate them. Here's the website for that. https:// onesight.org. Many nonprofit organizations collect old glasses and repurpose them by sending them to people in need. So that's that. Number 15, stand up against hunger. Y'all really didn't think I was going to leave out food insecurity, did you? Collect non-perishable food items from neighbors, families, and friends and donate them to your local food bank. Before collecting the items, food banks are saying, please check with your local food bank website to see what items are being accepted. Number 16, assist a single parent in need, however that is. If schools happens to shut down, are you available to check on their children, for their children to stay with you? Let that single parent know, male or female, they or them. Number 17, register to help a child to read. Become a literacy volunteer to tutor children at your local library or at an after-school program. And a lot of those are happening now virtually. It's worthy of your time to help a child. All right, y'all, the inspirational message, and we're out of here until Tuesday. We will be back Tuesday. Inspirational message, Micah 6:8. Out of the Message Bible, y'all. The Message Bible is the bomb. But this is what it says. But he already made it plain how to live. Hello, somebody. That was my ad lib there. Let me go back, take the ad lib out. But he's already made it plain how to live, what to do, what God is looking for in men and women. It's quite simple. Do what is fair and just to your neighbor. Be compassionate and loyal in your love. And don't take yourself too seriously. Take God seriously. Y'all, the Message Bible is the bomb. I'll read it again. He has already made it plain how to live, what to do, what God is looking for in men and women. And it's quite simple. Do what is fair and just to your neighbor. Be compassionate and loyal in your love. And don't take yourself too seriously. Take God seriously. That entire list I just read to you. Don't make it just for MLK weekend. Make that a part of your everyday life. All right, y'all. It's been a joy this week. I'm so glad to be back. Happy New Year once again. I know we're already into week 2 of January, but y'all, I just want to say thank you for hanging out with me. You have no idea how much I appreciate you, how much I appreciate those of you who've been with me from day one. You continuously pop in and out every now and then. Listen, I know we're all busy. Now that we're not sheltering in place at home, I know you may or may not be able to make it live or you come and watch it later, but still you are supporting, and I am grateful for that. There are hundreds of really thousands, maybe tens of thousands of news sources and media outlets out there, and yet 39,000 of you have found your way here to News in Motion. I know that's out of millions of people, but still, that blesses me. I cannot express that enough. I am grateful. I am truly grateful that you trust me enough with noteworthy information to share with all of you. Until Tuesday, I'll be back Tuesday, January the 18th. Y'all stay well, wash your hands, wear your mask, social distance, and remember, make some bold moves. I'm out, y'all.